Good morning. Welcome to my first vlog. So, someone asked me the other day, why is it that you want to do a vlog? And I kind of thought long and hard about that. For the past couple months or so, I've been kind of putting some content, written content up on LinkedIn, which is generating a bit of debate back and forth, and I've really liked that actually. I feel I've got a few things to say about some topics, which we'll talk about in a second. And most importantly, I love the fact that people kind of engage in the conversation, engage in the debate, because I don't feel like I've got a monopoly on the right idea on any of these things. And so I love the concept of being able to kind of put some ideas out there and then engage in some people and see what it is they have to say about that topic. And really, a vlog is just another vehicle and another avenue to kind of get that message across. So I thought, pull together a bit of a vlog. That's kind of the why. In terms of kind of topics, if you're wondering kind of the things that we're going to be talking about, there are just some things that are kind of near and dear to my heart, especially right now in my life. So first and foremost, I've had the great pleasure of setting up a business called Red Maple Technologies with my dear friends and colleagues, Rob Stemp and David Griffiths, something that we've been talking about doing for a long time. We've been joined by an amazing team of Debs Dunn and Rich Young and Tim Cowell recently. So we've got this amazing team starting to form, but we're in our first year, and there's some trials and tribulations about starting a business, especially a cybersecurity and other kind of business I'll talk about in a second, in the UK at this kind of time. And so just thought I'd kind of share some of the trials and tribulations of kind of starting a business, and hear what you folks have to think about that. Secondly, we'll talk about the kind of topics of what Red Maple was kind of set up to do in the first place in terms of the kind of value contribution that we make. So first is about cybersecurity, and specifically about the state of cybersecurity in the UK and globally right now. Secondly is about digital transformation. I'm going to talk about what it means to be a technologist right now in a little bit. And then thirdly, going to talk about a topic that I have a little bit of experience with, and that's kind of mergers and acquisitions, growth, especially growth in kind of technology areas, things like due diligence or integration planning, and these types of things, the inorganic growth part of kind of growing a business these days, because it's something that I've got a little bit of experience in. I'm going to talk a little bit about the state of business itself. I'm not Scott Galloway, and if you don't know who Scott Galloway is, by the way, I'll put a link somewhere. Can you tell that I'm new at this? I'll put a link somewhere around here of Scott Galloway and the awesomeness of Scott Galloway and Section 4. But yeah, I'm not Scott Galloway. I'm not Warren Buffett. I'm not any of these kind of amazing business magnates. But I think I've got some ideas that I'd like to talk about and hear what you folks have to say about them. So I'll probably talk about some business topics and then some topics that are kind of important to me and near and dear to my heart. So things like leadership and what I think it means to be a leader in modern contemporary businesses and organizations, culture and the role of culture in the success of a business. There's a phrase that I really like, which I will try and find out who said this, but it's the concept of culture eats strategy for breakfast. I really believe that. So I want to talk a little bit about that. And probably the other topic that I have a lot of passion about is innovation, and talking a little bit about innovation. So, format, and how are these things going to come across? You're probably seeing me looking down, you're seeing me fumble around, and you're probably also going to see that this is one long, uncut, I say long, it's one video uncut, and that's unapologetically, these are going to be relatively raw, they're not going to be heavily curated, you're not going to see flying logos and music intros, you're not going to see lots of subtitles and all that kind of stuff, and you're certainly not going to see an awful lot of post-processing. This is going to be relatively raw and uncut, and the idea is just to speak kind of authentically to you folks, and kind of talk about some of the things that I want to talk about and hopefully engage in some debate with you. You're probably picking up on the fact that I'm not necessarily a natural at this, so the videos are going to be relatively unpracticed. I'll have some thoughts that I put down ahead of time, but I'm not going to go through a whole bunch of practice making sure that I get the exact wording right or something along those lines. It's not going to be that. It's going to be kind of free flow dialogue from the mind of Steve. I'm sorry. I get it if that's not the kind of thing that you're here that you're looking for. If it's not, cool, no problem at all. No hard feelings. This probably isn't the right place for you. If you're looking for a guy who's kind of making his way through life and making it up as he goes and talking a little bit about what that looks like as he goes through it, this will be a cool place for you. So I might fumble around a little bit. The other thing you're probably seeing is I'm reading from notes, and what I'll do is I'll try and get my notes down on paper before, well, paper, I say paper, it's an iPad. I'll get my notes down on my iPad before the video kind of kicks off. But at the same time, so you'll see me kind of looking down a little bit and kind of reading from notes just to make sure that I'm kind of getting the points across that I wanted to get across. Like I said, raw and uncut. The final thing is about kind of time. I'm going to aim to keep the videos, this one might be a little bit longer, we'll see. Aim to keep the videos anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes, nothing longer than 3 minutes. In fact, I think 2 minutes is probably going to be the aim point. So I'll work on that and see if I can kind of make sure that these videos aren't too rambling and too kind of haphazard. In terms of cadence, hey, running a new business is a bit of a struggle. So what I'll say is I'm going to try and get these videos out kind of once a week. If I have something, lots of things that I want to talk about in a given week, there might be more. If I have less, I might miss a week. If I do, apologies. But I'll aim to kind of get something out once a week. And the idea is to kind of keep the dialogue going, keep the conversation going, and to kind of take me out of my comfort zone and push me a little bit to make sure that I'm doing the things that I want to do with my life. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the kind of at least intro part to the vlog. If you run away screaming saying, hey, I don't want to talk to this guy ever again or watch his videos ever again, cool, peace, lots of love for you. I hope you have a great life. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing some of your comments in the videos. Stay interactive. Like I said, I want to hear if I've got something wrong. I want to hear what people have to think about it, right? And other than that, stay happy, and we'll see you next time.